Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my channel. Tonight we're going to take a look at the Kenworth W990. It just came out today. Happy Thanksgiving, by the way. Or yesterday, really, by the time I get this video out, because it's almost midnight already. We played around with this truck today quite a bit and found that it is actually a very useful truck. There's a lot of people that are upset that it doesn't have all-wheel drive. I think we need to get out of that mindset. Lots of trucks don't have all-wheel drive, guys. Lots of heavy trucks don't have all-wheel drive. And the W990, they don't offer a truck in real life that has four-wheel drive. Some of the Western Stars do. Mack offers trucks that have all-wheel drive. This truck does not have all-wheel drive in real life, so it doesn't have it in game. I hope that the developer doesn't change that, because everyone's being such a I don't want to say wimps or anything, but they're crying about it a lot on the reviews. And I think that that's disingenuous, because I'm assuming they either haven't tried the truck or don't know how to run a truck that doesn't have all-wheel drive. Because if you've played it all with the 512, then you'll know that there are trucks like the 512 that are plenty capable that don't have all-wheel drive. This truck also only has diff lock. And these trucks are almost identical in performance. I will say the Pacific is a hair better. It's a little bit wider stance and a little bit lighter weight. And because of that, it tends to get through some things that Kenworth struggles with. Now, I will say the one thing that Kenworth really seems to struggle with is coming up out of water pits. So if you go into like a mire and there's a ramp on the other side that you got to come up, like a muddy ramp, this truck will struggle to get out of that. Whereas the Pacific doesn't seem to do that. But that's the only place I've run into trouble. The truck comes with its own custom tires and wheels. There's wheels and tires that aren't on any other trucks, and they're very good tires. They do really well in the mud and muck. Once again, like I said, the only time we've had trouble with this truck is going up out of a watery pit. I don't know why that is, but it seems to get stuck just in that circumstance. Every other time it's fine. And I think the Pacific also does. So let's go ahead and run this around a little bit. And if I can, I'll grab a load and we'll load it up and run it. But I want you to see that it's perfectly capable of running in crappy conditions. It is not, you don't have to have all-wheel drive on this truck. Now, one thing that's different between this truck and the P16, it is a little narrower, and because of that, then it becomes a little bit more top-heavy, which means that it's going to be easier to flip than the P16, or the 512, I mean, the P512. So be prepared. You don't want to, you got to be a little bit more careful with it. But once again, JVS and I ran this truck for a good hour today doing a mission, and neither of us had any trouble with it getting stuck or anything like that. It really just powered its way through, didn't have any trouble. Didn't use a whole lot of fuel. We went pretty much across this map and back and used about a third of a tank. So it's got pretty decent mileage, probably because it doesn't have all-wheel drive. And it goes through the mud pretty good, and as you can see here, we're doing just fine. That's not to say that all-wheel drive wouldn't benefit the truck. Like, I mean, here's what we're talking about: going up the ramp out of the muck. This is where the truck really struggles. I'm turning the wheel speed down. I've got it in low, and this should help us get out of that mire. But that's where the truck really kind of struggles, is the coming up out of muck. If you have a trailer on it, of course, it makes it a little bit worse. So if you're in these kind of conditions, you may want to consider not trailering with it, but it can trailer, it can do okay. Look at that. It picks itself right up out of the mud. And we've been over these roads several times. You can see that it's all mucky. More muck to come. We've got the deepest muck just ahead over this hill, so I want to take you through that too. But I do really like the cabin. I hope we get this truck in American Truck Sim. It's pretty ugly on the outside, but it's kind of sexy inside. Sorry, it's getting late. Had a long day of recording. Gonna splash in. Oh, engine damage. All right. Yeah, we're in the bog. You can see here, just got to run it in low gear. It doesn't get stuck much. It can get stuck though. I don't want to give you any illusions that you won't ever get stuck, because you will. Sometimes you'll have to use the winch, just like any truck. But my point is, you don't necessarily have to have all-wheel drive. The truck is still usable even though it's not all-wheel drive, and it's very usable. In fact, I've got all-wheel drive trucks that would get caught in this, and that would struggle in this, depending on what tires you had on them. You imagine the Fleet Star in this? It would take you 2 to 3 hours to get through this muck, even with it fully upgraded and the off-road tires on. Like, it just... So, all-wheel drive is not the end-all, be-all. It all depends on the truck. But it does help. I'm not gonna deny that. Yes, this truck would be even better with all-wheel drive, and I'm sure they'll come out with a mod variant once the DLC's been out for a while. I don't know. Maybe they can't do that. I'm not sure how that works with DLC trucks, but I know people are very upset at this truck. It's controversial at this point, and I think that's kind of silly because it's a good truck. But if you don't want to spend your money on it because it doesn't have all-wheel drive, well, there you go. But like the P16, or the P512, it's plenty capable. Those pipes are so ugly. The organ pipes. Ugh. I don't know why I put those on there. Some guys might like that. I don't. To me, that's like way overkill. I'd rather have just a single straight pipe or a pair of straight pipes. But this seems to be the real test for this truck, and this is what we're about to do right here is where the truck struggles the most. That's coming up out of these mud pits. No, look, no problems. Just depends on the day, I guess. We could rescue that trailer while we're here. Grab onto that. Hope you guys are enjoying this video. I'm going to run it out a little bit. I want to put some cargo in the truck and test it through these pits again. So I guess if you guys want to, I'll just get through this muck. I think I'll wait till I get out of the muck to pull that trailer. We'll winch that trailer out, and then I'll go off and get the cargo and bring it back here to where these mud pits are. And I will show you me going through the mud pits, and you guys can see that the truck works okay. It's, once again, it doesn't have to have four-wheel drive. This spot here is definitely a problem, though. Look at that. We are struggling here. I'm going to put it in low and try not to come to a stop. Ugh. There's something solid here that I'm hitting. Look at that. I can't get through it. The truck is trying. But there's like maybe there's a rock or something I've hit. Maybe the bumper's hitting the ground. It looks like the bumper's got a rock or something. Let's see if I can back up. Yeah. Weird. Which says to me that we're not bogged. It's acting like it's stuck on a rock or something, like high-centered. Weird. But we'll just winch our way out. This is where having all-wheel drive, that's where the all-wheel drive would help in situations like that where you just can't get out. What the heck? I'm really stuck. That's weird. And it just let go. Whatever it was. Did you see it? Oh, is that a stick right there? I wonder if that was what was holding me back. Weird. Okay. Well, let's see if we can reach that trailer from here. That's the wrong button. Yeah. I meant to do that. Yep, we can reach it. And we're going to go ahead and... digging it in. Digging it in. Come on, pull it over. There we go. Oh, look at that. That was not planned. I'm gonna back up a little bit and attach the trailer. I won't get too much in the muck again. It's weird. There's like a wall there. I'm whatever it is, I'm really stuck on something there. You see that? Can you give me a real tree, please? Why do we bother with these crappy little trees? That one right there. There you go. Let's go. What the heck? It's the trailer. Look at that. Oh. That's more than... I don't know. That's weird. Weird. It's the pit of death. Like, it felt like I was getting tangled in cabbage or broccoli or something. Okay, I'll be back. I'm gonna go to the facility and grab some stuff and bring it back for a mission. And I'll bring you guys back in when we get to the mud pit, because I think the rest of this map is pretty easy. So from this point forward, it's mostly just regular roads. I'll be back. This part was a bit challenging. I thought there's the tipping part I told you about. That's going to be a little different than the 512, but we're working our way up through some mud up to the factory. It's a pretty steep road, and so I wanted to show you a little bit of a struggle here. So once again, I would say this truck fits in really pretty much the same slot as the 512. And that is a good slot to have. It's a logging truck. It's kind of a big, tough off-road truck that gets decent mileage because you're not using the all-wheel drive system. You know, it has a pretty decent fuel economy and a decent sized tank. Here's a rock that we're stuck on. But then, you know, it's not perfect. I mean, that's the downside is, once again, you have, you know, some issues, though I would argue this is better than the Kenworth that they gave us in the last DLC. But it's pretty much on par with the 512. It's not a super truck, but it's a good truck. It's a good solid truck. And we're stuck again. So this is the struggle part. Yep. And if I didn't have the trailer, I think we'd be flying up this hill, but in fact, I'm gonna take the trailer just because it's a challenge. There we go. Whatever it is that's holding us back, we're past it. The trailer. I will say, from a lot of usage of the 512, again, I've used it quite a bit. It does feel just like it. However, I do feel that the 512 is a little bit more capable, like measured in hairs, but it is slightly more capable. But that doesn't mean this truck is bad. So it depends on what you want to spend your money on. If it bothers you that it doesn't have four-wheel drive and you can't handle driving a truck that doesn't have four-wheel drive, then you probably shouldn't buy this pack or this truck. If you like a bit of a challenge and you like, you know, the forestry style trucks, then you probably will like this truck. And this is a good forestry truck. And like I said, it's not perfect. This trailer is definitely getting me down. Come on, look at that. I pulled in here and jammed myself in. Now I'm stuck. Okay, so here's what we got to do. We got to detach the trailer. Pull forward. Gonna push our wheel. I wonder if this will help. Let's watch this. See if this will work. That basically high centered us. Well, that's an interesting problem there. All right, change the suspension mode back down. So, once again, would four-wheel drive help here? Yeah, pretty much. As much as I hate to admit it, this is where the truck is weak. So we got up here and we got stuck. What will we do to get out? Well, you're probably gonna have to have a friend come tow you out in this case, but look how far down we went. That's bad. Try that one more time. Change suspension mode. And it sunk in further. Wow. That is really stuck. Okay, well, there you go. So, in closing, truck is good, but obviously there is an issue with it. Maybe not, maybe in certain spots you got to be careful because you don't have four-wheel drive. You got to drive it like that. And so I drove into this pit thinking, oh, I'll just back right out. Interesting thing though, I want to see if the 512 can do it. So I'm gonna recover this truck. I don't think we have limited consumables on this map, but let's unpack the cargo. And, oh, wow, that raised us up a little bit. The time I'm putting into this video for you guys, we're going to activate the crane. Oh, this might do it too, though. If we get the weight down, I might be able to get out. Things to do if you can't winch. Restore the crane. Come on. You can do it. You can do it, big boy. Come on. Come on. It sure is trying. Wow. Wow. Wowie wow. I'm not sure even if four-wheel drive would get you out of this. This is pretty bad. Slow the wheels down. Work on getting traction. We were working, oh, we were up the side there. Maybe we can get out. So here's where like the Mac Defense or something would not get stuck. And that's where you have to keep in mind that it's not the perfect truck. So yeah, that's our weakness right there. Mud and water. Other than that, it's a pretty good truck, but this is not, I am not making my case here very well, am I? Okay, I'm going to reset this. I'm going to bring the P16 up here and we're going to try that. Or the 512, I mean, and we're going to try that. Now I'm driving this truck and I'm going to say this truck is better. By a lot. It's through the mud, it's way better. So there's that, you know what I mean? So once again, it's less capable than the truck that's in the game. So do you really want to spend $5 or $4 on it? It's up to you. I'm glad I have it and I will use it for sure. But I am gonna, after driving this again, I'm gonna pull back and say that no, this truck is better. I'll show you as we go through the mud pit here. I'm gonna take the 512 through the mud and you'll see for yourself that it just does better. I don't even have to take it out of low high because well, maybe we will. I don't know. We'll see how it goes, but it should just plow its way through. And this is where these tires maybe are something different than what's on that truck. But no, we're getting bogged. So no, that's about the same. to slow it down. There, you can see slow it down. We are already getting more traction. I don't have to go to low, low. Whereas with the Kenworth, we were at low, low. Why is it that old technology is always better than new technology? Sigh. Yeah, you can see he's just he's cruising through here. So I'm hopeful that this truck will be able to pull out of the bay once we load it up with the trailer. Where the Kenworth is stuck, we'll be able to just pull this right out. So that's my confidence level right now. Regardless, it still takes a long time to get through the muck, but this truck's doing better. Dang. Here's the swamp where I had so much trouble with the Kenworth. Now, I wonder if we change tires on the Kenworth to some of the newer, that new tire pack that we have, if it would be the same story. Because I was using the stock tires. Now this is, no, he's stuck too. That's okay, good. That makes me feel better. Will he get out? This truck will probably get out, but the fact that we struggled. Yeah, it's going. Dang it! Stupid Pacifica or Pacific. Stop being so good. All right, we are arriving at the pit of death. I'm gonna put myself into the same hole. We're gonna make a hole for this truck. And back in. And sink. Just sink down in there. Good. And we're gonna attach that trailer. Then I'm gonna activate the anchor. And we're gonna crane this in and get ourselves dug into this hole. Dougie. Oh, Lordy. Oh, that is a heavy chode. Heavy duty. Packs up the duty in my soul. There we go. Okay, reverse. Same pickle. Slower. Okay, so I'm starting to feel better about myself here. Forwards. No dice. Okay, so with the trailer, that's a no-go. Same exact situation. Detach the trailer. Now go forward. So while this truck might climb and get through pits better, if you're stuck, seems like you're stuck either way. It's not really getting any better doing it with this truck than it was with the Kenworth. Geez, oh Pete, that makes me want to do it with one more truck. But no, I'm not going to. The all-wheel drive truck will get out of that. That's the difference. And maybe this is a pretty big mire, though. We gotta test it. Dang it. I have to look in North America because we're in North America. And the only truck I'm finding that really matches is going to be the Western Star. There's the 512 PF. This does it too, but the P12 would do it. That's way too big. Like the Kenworth and the P12, the 963 and the P12 are both way bigger trucks. I'm trying to find something that's on par with those trucks. And really everything else is just like military giant monster, except for the Western Star. Now these Western Stars could also work, but this does not have diff lock. It's got all-wheel drive only. So we're the same place. So this one has both. So we're going to go with this truck. Not my favorite truck in the world, but I'm going to set it up for, the same setup that these trucks had. And that stock is all we get. But we got the new we got these new Jat tires, so maybe we can get something that's a little bit more. They're about the same, aren't they? I can't tell which one's the best. They all say great. Yes, they're all great. Try to get this all upgraded, engageable snorkel. I'm not going to be going through too much water, but why not just go all the way? So we've installed the all-wheel drive, which is the key component in this test. I'm going to put the same bed on. We're going to put the same crane on. I'm going to change the wheels because I hate those rims. I don't like these rims on this truck. I like those rims better. Okay. Anything else? Probably lights. If we got beacons. Yeah. I don't think we're going to need them. So I'm trying to keep this during the day anyway. And any kind of cool paint. Yeah, that'll be cool. All right. So let's go see if all-wheel drive makes the difference. First of all, just leaving the garage. I'm about the same level of stuck that I was with the other trucks. No, I'm not. Actually, it was better. Yeah, these are littler wheels. You can see the wheels on the other truck are bigger. So this has its own disadvantages, but we'll see. I think my answer probably is that it's going to pull its way out, but we'll see. So I'll catch up there. All right. Now, I'm not saying this is the most capable truck. This is the only truck in the class that was similar. So I did the best I could, trying to make it even. We'll try to give it a little heave-ho here. We got all-wheel drive in this truck. We are moving the trailer a little bit, but not enough to get it out. So let's try to go forward now. And maybe a little faster on the gearbox. Nope. So let's now the other test was let's detach the trailer. This is where I think this truck will succeed where the other ones didn't. Slow forward motion. But we do have forward motion. I can verify that by looking at the back tire and seeing that we're very slowly eating through the mud. It ain't great, but it's motion. Bump it up a notch. Let's see if we can get a little bit of spin going. And I don't know. This is pretty stuck. So I think the issue is just this is a really bad zone here. We got flowing water in a trap situation. I think if I stayed here for a half an hour or so and kept doing this, it seems like I would eventually work my way where there isn't water and I would get out, maybe. Because I am moving forward very slowly. I don't know if we reach a spot where it doesn't move forward anymore. But I'm going to keep rocking my wheels back and forth and trying to get it to grip. But we are getting no grip whatsoever. But we are moving, and that's something we weren't doing in the other trucks. So I think that eventually we would break free. I don't know if I'm willing to wait that long. Oh, it might be happening sooner than later. We're starting to get some grip over here on the right. What a mess this zone is. Oh, grip. And there's grip, and I start rocking the wheels, and we're getting grip. This is good. Oh, yeah. So there you go. So that's where the all-wheel drive makes a difference. And you can see there, this was an impossible hole. To be honest with you, it was really bad even for the all-wheel. We're back in. But we will make it out eventually. But it was really bad even for the four-wheel drive. There's not a really good solution here. You can't really winch to anything. The best thing would be to have somebody with you to help you pull you back out again once you went in here. This is a dangerous spot. I'm shocked that they made this pickup this bad. You really can't stop moving, or you have to stay maybe back into it with the back of your truck. Let's see, on this truck, will that help? Let's see, change suspension mode. But now it's dead weight, and so you make no, it doesn't really help. Just like the other truck. Okay. I do believe that this truck would eventually break out if we continue doing this. We will again come to a spot where, or it'll just dead end. That's the other thing that could happen. We've kind of stopped forward motion at this point. So no, we almost broke out, but we didn't. So really, honestly, this is just a really hard spot. And so it just goes to show, once again, that this truck did make more progress than the two trucks that didn't have all-wheel drive, but not that much, and we're still stuck. So I just want to point out to you that unless the truck has mud tires, this is a sticky situation for any truck. And that, once again, the W990 is not a bad truck for the money. So people are complaining once again about it not having four-wheel drive. And it got stuck in the same place that the four-wheel drive got stuck. It got stuck a little harder, but it did everything else the way it was supposed to. So I don't know. It's up to you guys. This is really a preference. If you really feel like you can't handle not having the four-wheel drive, then don't get this truck because it doesn't have it. But it is a very capable truck, and it's going to be fine in game. It'll, like I said, it's a little bit less capable than the 512 PF, but it's capable. It can do work, and it's going to be a decent truck. So anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed that. All I can tell you is it's up to you. I can't make the decision for you. I'm not even going to tell you whether it's worth it or not. For me, yes, I like to have all the trucks. For you, if you're being picky and you don't, it's got to have this, it's got to have that, well, then don't get it. Seriously, don't get it. Life will go on. There'll be other trucks that come out. Some of them will have four-wheel drive. You can buy those. Have a great night, guys. We'll see you next time. Be sure to subscribe. Thumbs up always help. And thank you for being patient with me. That was fun. It was fun testing those trucks out and seeing if we could get them out. Now I'm going to have to send somebody up there and get that truck unstuck. Or I'll have to send myself. Have fun. Have a good night. Bye.